The pre-fall winter 2025 collection has finally launched, so of course I'm taking you guys shopping with me. I have to say though, since it is summer and everyone's traveling, today was absolute craziness. The boutique was so full, the line was so long, people were sitting on the sidewalk and it almost looked like people were camping, so I strongly recommend making an appointment, especially if you're going in the upcoming days. It is really hot outside, and while they did provide water for everyone waiting outside, a lot of people complained that they had been waiting for more than an hour. So please guys, be safe, don't expose yourselves to this heat, and try to make an appointment. Take care everyone, and now let's look at some eye candy. Here we have a little baby blue color comparison. My classic flap is from the spring summer 2025 collection, and then this clutch is from the new collection, the new baby blue. I think in comparison it has more of a gray undertone, but honestly both are stunning, and the caviar leather felt very luxurious, puffy and shiny. I was very excited for the new mini flap bag with the CC logo top handle. Here we can see it in the caramel color, and for this particular bag the caviar was completely different than on the clutch. It felt much harder and it had more of a matte finish. I personally prefer the soft shiny caviar, so this wasn't for me. By the way, here's a little small classic flap size comparison, but I can appreciate that they offer different options. I also tried it on as a crossbody bag, and for reference I am 5'9", 1.75 meters tall. Then we have this white caviar leather flap bag, but look closely at the leather. The caviar leather bubbles are so big. It almost looks like an exotic, maybe like a lizard or something, and it was also so shiny. I found it so special and interesting. then of course we have the heart bags. This time around it really felt like they had stocked up, especially with the black hearts. There were plenty available at the boutique, however colors were much harder to come by. They only had 2 pink ones, 2 silver, so if you're still interested you have to be quick. Caramel color was very popular for this collection, and here I tried to show you as best as I could how it looks in the sunlight. And then another theme of this collection was definitely metallics. And here you can see a little comparison between the silver lambskin and the silver caviar leathers. And one thing that I found very interesting was how different the caviar leather metallics looked in the artificial light versus natural light. Like there's always going to be a difference, but here it almost looked like 2 different bags. So this is artificial light and then this is a natural light. And for me, I felt like the difference was huge. So I hope that you'll also be able to see it, but in real life really like it was like 2 different bags. And for example with the lambskin, with the on the hard bag, the difference was, well, there was barely any difference, but with the caviar leather the difference was huge. So I found that very interesting. And in fact, it was the exact same story with the gold caviar flap bag as well. Here it's more like bronze gold, and then here in the natural light, it's more like champagne gold. I really hope that the camera caught the difference and you'll be able to see it as well, because in real life, I'm telling you guys, they actually looked like 2 different bags depending on the light. And this is, I feel like, the first time that I have seen it so significantly, because like I said before, there's always a little bit of difference, but this is really a very significant difference. And then I also wanted to show you a little size comparison with the small classic flap. Not gonna lie, these sandals felt very plasticky. The sole was flat like wood, there was no padding. I cannot imagine them being comfortable. And then after many years of waiting, yes, it's been actual years since they first released the rain boots, they finally had them in my size, and it feels like I've waited for them for so long that I don't even know if I still like them. I do think that they're cool, I'm just not sure about the calf area. Does it look weird how it cuts like into my calf? What do you guys think? I have them on hold, so please let me know as soon as possible. Should I go back for them, or do you think like it's already over? Okay guys, so that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was useful. I'm sorry about the weird angles today, but it was just so crowded. I hope you were still able to enjoy it, and let me know your favorites and least favorites in the comment section below. Stay safe everyone.